just a few minutes ago, I sprayed 3M77 on my tail elevator surfaces, and on the elevator itself. And now what I found, this is Blenderm tape. It's a basically supposed to be an invisible waterproof tape for bandages. You get it at a good pharmacy or at a medical supply where you know, if you needed a wheelchair or a pair of crutches, one of those places. And I always put a couple of nice long strap hinges on like this. Give myself a little gap in there. And what I find is that if you don't spray the foam with the 77, is that your tape just peels off a really small layer of the foam and comes off rather easily. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that you've folded this over and you get it on both sides of the bevel. You know about that, right? And of course it'll go the other way, but if you don't cut the bevels in there, it won't move freely. Put the rub it right in good. Burnish, I think it's called, burnishing the tape. Okay. And there's your elevator. I'm going to go right up there and make the top of the nacelle. Vertical stabilizer goes right in there. You can glue that in anytime. And now that we've got this servo in, you can glue this onto here anytime. Make sure you get a good seal, because this wants to be watertight. Putting these little pin hinges in here. I like to put them in and pull them back out a bit. And then put a drop of foam safe glue on them. Push them right in. Make sure they bend over so that they're going to work. Give them a little strips of kicker. Get them straightened out. And push them right into the foam. Little spritz of kicker. And there's our rudder on hinges. Hooked up my speed control. Here's my extension from the elevator. This is my speed control. It's going right about here, right in the highest part of the cabin. It's going to go right through the roof. This is a heat sink. And I put a little piece of Lexan around it, a little 60 thousandths piece of Lexan from the hobby shop, and use silicone to glue it onto the speed control itself. And when I put this in the roof and seal it with a little more RTV, I'll be able to easily take it out of the depth run and use it on the next plane. This particular speed control, I think, is on its third plane. So, although the foam gets rather beat up, the electronics tend to survive. Same with this. I use this little larger bulb, metal geared servo for the ailerons, and this will be going right into here. Give that a little spritz of water. I see that on the new bottle of Gorilla Glue, it has, right on the back here it says, damp it, glue it, clamp it. You have to add the water. If you do that, this stuff hardens right up in about an hour. It's actually probably hardened half an hour, but give it an hour. So we did that, and we put the water on there because we know where we want the glue on here. Put it, nice little bead of that. Make sure we get it get a nice continuous bead so we won't get any water. There, you don't have to use 9mm, but get some reinforcing for the motor mount. You'll see why when we put the motor mount on. Okay, so this puppy goes right on here like this. And as I'm sure you've seen before, I'm going to put a weight on it. As long as it's lined up with the good bead of Gorilla Glue on there. Both sides of the tab that goes into the slot. This is tab A, slot B, or is it slot A and tab B? Doesn't matter. And put that right in there like that. Pretty hard to do that wrong. With the motor pylon itself, you might want to put a strip of tape over this like that, and use a square. So I'll take our square, put it on the tail, make sure our vertical stabilizer is perfectly perpendicular. Just a hair more. Yeah, beautiful.